James recently sent me to the snow in the middle of summer. So to get him back, I'm going to send him on a bit of a wild goose chase. He's confident that he knows Victoria and some of the best roads in Australia, but I'm going to give him a challenge, plus a homemade map, to find a place that may not even exist.
So I figure we're kind of there, and we're going up through here to the treasure here, which is just north of the Lake of Shadows, but over the Dragon Mountains. Right, well, thanks, Emma. No, really, because you see, we've been given this map by Emma, no less, and I'm not actually sure it's legit, but we've also heard a rumour of a perfect piece of flowing tarmac that is empty, unspoilt, and miles from anywhere. Now, this is a road with no beginning, no end, and no name. Now, we're pretty sure it's going to be cold, but I'm sure I've got that covered. It could be far, it may not even exist, but it certainly sounds intriguing. Now, according to the rumour, not the map, the road is surrounded on all sides by gravel tracks and dense rainforests. So we're going to need some supplies and something pretty tough to get us there.
This is the Volkswagen Amarok W580S, a pumped, stanced and stickered-up version of Volkswagen's venerable double-cab ute. It's fat, a good 65mm wider than a regular Amarok, and it looks the part thanks to muscular 20-inch black alloy wheels, fender flares, a sailplane spoiler, and of course, stickers. Power comes from a turbocharged 3-litre V6 and is a class-leading 190 kilowatts, which bursts to around 200 kilowatts on overboost. Torque is an equally chunky 580 newton metres, hence the name, but it comes with an equally hefty price of just over $81,000 before on-road costs. It's four-wheel drive, has an 8-speed automatic transmission, and should be just the ticket for where we're going.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, James hits the road. Let's see how this pans out.
My coffee's empty. I'm down to just green jelly snakes. Honestly, it's becoming less and less likely that someone has gone to the trouble of making a road out here.
Before the break, we'd been given a vague rumour, a dodgy map, and a Volkswagen Amarok, which should be just the ticket for where we're going. Which, to remind you, I don't actually know anything about. So I figure I'd better prepare for all eventualities.
Right, well, Emma's map says to head east, so that's what we're doing. And there's a fair way to our first checkpoint, but it gives us a chance to answer the question, why the Amarok? And more importantly, why this Amarok? As it's not the newest kid on the block, there's no extra power, there's no fancy driver assistance technology. I mean, I had to use a key to start it. A key. The thing is, if where we're going is anywhere as good as it's rumoured, we need something that's not only going to get us there, but something that'll be fun once we arrive.
Launched back in 2010, the Volkswagen Amarok paired the brand's commercial vehicle know-how with their growing strength in passenger SUVs. Praised for offering a wide and spacious cabin and refinement that felt more like a family wagon than a working ute, the Amarok also includes a full-time four-wheel drive system that intelligently adapts to the driving conditions. The addition of the V6 engine in 2016 gave the Amarok pickup class-leading power output and silky smooth response for towing and touring. And if you want a fun fact to impress your friends, the name Amarok means giant wolf.
And behind all the stickers on this thing, it's got a bit of a trick up its sleeve. There might be a German badge on the bonnet, but there's a uniquely Australian connection to the W580. We know what the 580 stands for, but the W, well, that stands for Walkinshaw.
With ties to Formula One and successful motorsport ventures around the world, the Walkinshaw Group have been involved with tweaking and tuning cars for the Australian market for decades. Although the name is most widely associated with muscular Holdens, more recently the team have been turning their attention to other brands, like Volkswagen. Under the wider body of the W580 is a completely overhauled suspension setup, which gives the Walkinshaw Amarok more direct and predictable handling characteristics. Turn-in, balance and grip have all been enhanced. There's a few flourishes around the interior too, making sure you remember this isn't your everyday Amarok. Now, if you're not familiar with the Volkswagen Amarok, one of the big strengths of this car is that turbocharged V6 diesel under the bonnet. It is a peach of an engine. It basically makes this drive, as a ute, like an SUV. You've got syrupy smooth power delivery, solid torque delivery. It feels powerful when you need it. It's economical enough. Sure, it's still a bit rattly because it's a diesel and it is a ute, but I tell you what, if you're looking for one that works and drives as well as this thing, you can't go wrong with a V6 Amarok.
She said, have I got a little story for you? What you thought was your daddy was nothing but a wow. We sit home alone at age 13. Your real daddy was dying. Sorry you didn't see him, but I'm glad it's all. Oh, I'm still alive.
Well, that's either promising or foreboding. Either way, I'm happy we've got four-wheel drive. So one of the ways that the Amarok sets itself apart from other utes in the market is that it is permanently four-wheel drive. We don't need to change it from rear to a high range or a low range four-wheel system like you do in every other ute. This car is like your SUV. It adjusts where you need drive, whether to the front and the rear, as the car sees a loss of traction. And it means that you can go from a paved road to a non-paved road without worrying about anything.
Coming through contact with you, and you taught me so many things about myself, and you know this is true. But now we are apart, and it's all my fault, 'cause you know I need to be alone. Don't know myself, so how can I share me with you, girl, or anyone?
And we've been on this road for about 30 minutes now. We haven't seen another car. We haven't seen any other signs of civilization. It's getting pretty cold. Temperature's down to sort of 6 degrees. We are climbing. We're nearly at 1,000 metres above sea level. And there's no sign of this road. So we'll persist. I'm not really sure Emma's map's going to work out, but it's certainly not looking promising just yet. So the first sign of humanity, a sign that says rough surface. And I gotta say, we already figured that one out. For reference, this is one of those places you look at out of an aeroplane window and go, I wonder what's down there. Because it looks really pretty from the air, it's really pretty from the ground. But I'll give you the hot tip, there's nothing down here. Oh, lots of bumps. Do you know what? I'm actually impressed that this road is even here, let alone a paved one. What's interesting is the map is showing us, we've tapped over 1,000 metres. Minor milestone, we are now 1 kilometre above sea level. No road, but, you know, if we've achieved something today, we've done that. It's pretty amazing to think about it too, but the Amarok is actually one of the oldest utes on sale at the moment. It's over 10 years old, but aside from the technology that some of the other newer vehicles have, this still feels good, still looks good. But the best part about this car is that brilliant engine. It's just so responsive and so flexible. It works around town and it works out here. So yes, it might be a bit older, but it's certainly still pretty fun to drive. Now it's worth noting we have now lost all our mobile phone reception, but I tell you what, it is so spectacular looking out through there. We're sitting above the clouds. You can see rainforest off into the distance. And it's not something you get to see around the city. It's definitely worth getting out of town and going for an explore, regardless of whether you're actually going to meet your destination.
You know, we went past Snake Island and Pirate Bay. Whoa, there we go. Oh dear. Hot tip, don't have a milkshake or anything before coming down this road. Just in case we're never found again, because it seems that this road is going on and there's nothing there. Emma, thanks for sending me on a wild goose chase. You know, I really had nothing better to do with my day. I do not think we're going to find the El Dorado of roads. This hidden rumour feels like something that should be part of mythology. I don't think this is out here. I really don't.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, you'll find out if James finally finds what he's looking for.
It's been another sort of 20 minutes or so from our last update. It's gotten darker. We're in a heavier canopy now. It's becoming less and less likely that someone has gone to the trouble of making a road out here.
Before the break, we followed our map and have had a long way from home, but haven't found anything yet. Our treasure map has sent us on a journey that is beginning to feel like a wild goose chase.
So we're still going on the gravel road. We are now 1,000 metres above sea level. There's still no sign of this road or anything. And as you can probably tell, those bumps are beginning to be a little bit monotonous. The temperature has now dropped again. The car has actually given us a warning that it's 4 degrees outside. I'm still nice and warm though, thanks for asking. My jacket's working out well. I've got the heated seats on level 2 now, and my boots are keeping my feet nice and warm, so they were actually a sensible decision. So, by our notes and by my reckoning and by our treasure map, if it's here, it should be pretty much here. Oh! Golly gee, everybody! Look at that! Oh my God, it's here! Oh my God! I don't believe it. It's here. I can't believe it actually exists. To go from that to that is amazing. Well, we've come here to drive it, so let's drive it.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against put me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head, and a trouble that can't be named. A tiger's waiting to be tamed, singing.
The story goes that this section of the C511, or the Warburton Woods Point Road, was paved by the Australian Army Engineers as part of the Upper Yarra Reservoir project in the 1950s. The rumour goes on to suggest that the road was covered in tarmac to accommodate a visit from Queen Elizabeth herself as part of the Australia-wide royal tour.
I tell you what, this stretch of road, it's smooth, it's wide, it's been regularly maintained, which I think is even more amazing. And it just flows. You've got these great dips and rises as it goes left and right. It's exactly what you sort of design in your head when you're creating the perfect road. The Amarok has been excellent here. These big tyres are gripping tremendously well. The refined suspension, this is what it was designed for.
Coming up, all the details about this fantastic location. We show you how to get here, this time with a real map.
Before the break, we'd been given a vague rumour, a dodgy map, and a task to find a hidden road.
Oh my God, it's here. It's exactly what you design in your head when you're creating the perfect road. Well, there you have it. The rumours are true. The mystery road, it does exist, and it's every bit as good as promised. The thing is, think about this. We've had enough trouble getting out here ourselves, let alone bringing trucks and diggers and graders to make this road. And there's no real reason that it needed to be done, but they have, and it's here, and it's oh so cool. The day itself has been absolutely stunning. We've seen evidence of bushfires and the regrowth coming through, making it absolutely worth the trip. The start of this unique driving road is at the Cumberland Junction, approximately 2 hours from downtown Melbourne via Marysville. By taking the left-hand fork, you will access the C511 at the junction. The C511 road takes you from Marysville through Woods Point to Mansfield. The C511 is a special road located in a beautiful part of Victoria.
Having the right tyres for any environment is essential to get the most out of your 4x4 ute.
Our Pirelli Scorpion ATRs are a great all-terrain all-rounder for our Amarok, but if, say, we were going to head down there, maybe some mud terrains would have been a wiser choice. To get the right advice for your ute and your road, speak to the team at Bob Jane Team Arts.
Well, a pretty great place to find in a pretty solid car. If you're looking at buying an Amarok, the W580 is great, but it is expensive. We recommend looking at the Highline V6, same engine and driveline, all the mod cons, but much better value.
If you like the look of the W580 but want something even more hardcore, the team at Walkinshaw and Volkswagen have an even tougher off-road version launching soon. Remember too, there's an all-new Volkswagen Amarok in development. You can read up all about the Volkswagen Amarok W580 and get all the details about our drive to the secret road by scanning the QR code on your screen. Or of course, head to Drive.com.au.
Right, well, it is still really cold. We ran out of jelly snakes a couple of hours ago. There's a great pub back there in Warburton. I'm gonna have one more run along this, and we'll see you next time for a drive.
Got any ideas on a great drive or special road that needs to be discovered? Let us know. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube to stay up to date and get some exclusive behind-the-scenes details and extras. And we'll see you next time for a drive. Next week on the show, James drops down from the high country into Victoria's stunning King Valley in a car which has become somewhat of an endangered species, a BMW M3 with a manual transmission. That's next week on Drive.